I wish there was just one magic answer for the perfect daily cleaning routine. But you see, cleaning routines can differ from season to season, from household to household, family to family, and even country to country. It can be really hard to give you a specific daily cleaning routine. Sure, I can give you a spring cleaning checklist or a monthly checklist, but a daily cleaning checklist, that's really personal. So in this video, I'm gonna help you figure out exactly how to determine what that checklist should look like. I'm gonna help you walk through those factors that help you determine what you should include, what you should not include, and what you should think about including every now and then. Trust the process, because by the time you're done watching this video, you will have established a daily cleaning routine that's gonna really make a difference in your everyday life. If you haven't done so already, make sure that you subscribe to the Clean My Space channel and turn on that notification bell so you always know when we have a new video out. And give this video a thumbs up if you wish someone else would do that daily cleaning routine for you. The first thing we have to establish when we're setting up a daily cleaning routine or this series of daily habits is your home's baseline, or where you want your house to be every day on average, okay? Now, this isn't someone else's opinion of what your house should look like, or what you were taught as a child, or what some external influence is telling you they think your house should look like on a daily basis. This is what feels right in your heart. This is what makes sense for you and your family, and what feels good and tolerable and manageable. And it's not so much a bunch of tick marks as it is just you envisioning what you like your house to look like on an average day. That's your baseline. MIAs is a term that we've been talking about for years here at Clean My Space. It stands for most important areas, and these are the areas that I want you focusing your cleaning efforts on. If an area gets your blood boiling, if it's a mess, that's an MIA. Maybe it's your office because you're in there all the time. Maybe it's your bathroom, your kitchen, or your front entryway. If it's messy and stresses you out like big time, you can viscerally experience the stress in your body, that's an MIA. But like if there's an area like your dining room and it's a little messy and you can see past it, don't sweat it. You don't need to worry about that on a daily basis. So when you're thinking about setting up your cleaning routines, think about what your MIAs are. That is where I want you spending your time on a daily basis. There are two camps in the cleaning space, really. There's cleaning, which is like scrubbing, polishing, disinfecting, and then there's tidying. And people use the terms interchangeably, but they are different. And some of us prefer cleaning and some of us prefer tidying. Now, the thing is to know about yourself is whether you're better at one or the other, or you tend to spend your time doing one instead of doing the other. Now, for me, I know I would rather actually clean something than waste my time tidying something. This is good to know about your household and the individuals there, or yourself if you're the only one who lives there. What are you better at? What do you prefer to spend your time doing? Because if you're already spending a lot of time doing that, it would tell me that you have to start thinking about spending your time doing the other thing so that you can achieve that balance and get both the cleaning and the tidying done on a regular basis. Another thing that we can consider when we're planning our daily cleaning routine is our lifestyle and lifestyle factors. Kids, pets, and partners. Are they helping with the mess, or are they creating more of a mess? Kids, pets, there are certain things we have to accept in our home, and that will affect what your benchmark or your baseline is. Then when it comes to you and your family, how much time are you spending a day at school, at work? How much extra time do you realistically have to dedicate to cleaning? And is it realistic for you to expect your home to be at a certain space or a certain level in terms of cleanliness? Or are there just things that we have to accept temporarily but right now? And that is really going to help you fine-tune your baseline or your benchmark. And it will also help you understand where potentially you need to ask for help or where you might need to outsource some assistance. So establishing a daily cleaning routine, as you can clearly see, is not something that I can just give you a checklist for, because what you're doing now is you're figuring out, what is my personal baseline? Where do I need to be each day? What are my lifestyle factors, my strengths, my weaknesses, my MIAs, and so on, that can either help me or hurt me in terms of getting to that baseline so that we can compensate accordingly. And now we'll talk about what the daily habits are that you can implement to get you to baseline. There are 4 very simple habits that you can implement on a daily basis to help you get to that baseline, whatever it is. The first one is one we've been talking about for years and years here at Clean My Space, because it just works and it's probably never going to change. And that is putting things back where they belong, or in Clean My Space terms, having your hands full. And what this looks like is, anytime you leave a room and you know what direction you're going in, so my kitchen is that way, if I'm getting up and I'm going that way, I'm taking this stuff in my hands to the kitchen. That way the flow of mess and clutter throughout the house is constantly moving and is constantly in motion. This isn't going to clutter up or build up, because this takes me a couple of extra seconds to stay on top of. Whereas if I didn't do that, the mess, the clutter would start to build up and it would get me further and further away from my baseline. One daily habit that perhaps you might resent, I know I do a little bit, is having to do the dishes every single time you eat a meal and mess up your kitchen. If you can stay on top of the dishes, your kitchen will never feel overwhelming in terms of its mess. This is something that does take extra time. You know, for me, in my dream world, I would just make a meal, sit down, and leave, not worrying about any of the trails I left behind, messes, prep, whatever. But that's not reality. When I finish eating, there's a cleanup job to be done so that the kitchen can be brought back to baseline. So whenever you're done a meal, make sure that your dishes are done, the garbage is emptied, and the sink is clean. Here's a simple habit, but one that makes a huge difference on a daily basis. And that is to deal with your clothing or your laundry every single time you change. So whether you're getting into your pajamas or you're getting out of your pajamas or you're getting ready for the day, although some days it feels like that's all the same outfit, it's just a matter of not throwing that stuff on the floor or leaving it on the chair. It's a matter, okay, don't look at my chair. Please don't look at that chair. But it really is just a matter, of putting everything back right where it belongs, whether it's in the hamper or refolding it or hanging it back up. That way it prevents that buildup of laundry on the floor. Listen, I will be perfectly honest with you, it is still something that I struggle with to this day, but right now my floor is nice and clean and it feels good. A really important daily habit to use to keep your home clean is to clean as you go. And what this looks like is anytime you make a mess, you immediately clean it up before you leave that space. That way there's no accumulation of messes on a regular basis. That doesn't just mean putting your dishes in the dishwasher, but it also means sort of wiping surfaces down. Here we are in the bathroom. I mean, you know, there's water splashes on the counter, toothpaste in the sink, splatters on the mirror. So all of those little things add up. And by spending a minute here or there just doing the quick touch-ups and cleaning as we go along, prevents the house from getting really, really messy or dirty over a period of time. While I can't give you a specific checklist of what you need to do with your daily cleaning routine, I can give you a few hallmarks of a generally clean home, things that you can check on a daily basis to see if they're done, because these really will help you get to your benchmark. And the first one is to check your kitchen sink and to see if it's empty, and if you want bonus points, to see if it's shiny and clean. It's pretty straightforward and easy to do. You can use a powdered cleanser, a sponge. It takes 30 seconds to rinse and clean your sink and buff it dry, but having that clean, sparkling sink makes the whole kitchen feel clean. So there's your first hallmark. High traffic areas are so easy to clutter and mess up every day. For me, a high traffic area that drives me bananas is the front entryway. If this is cluttered up and messy, I go nuts. So what I do when I come in, I make sure that my stuff is put away, my boots, my jackets, my purse, anything that I bring in has to be put away when I get here. If there's something that's scattered or out of place, that's something that on a daily basis gets pruned and managed so that it doesn't build up. So think about those high traffic areas in your home and what you can stay on top of on a daily basis. Another hallmark you can check each and every day, the floors, to make sure that there is no laundry left behind. I will tell you that while I'm not perfect at this myself, it is a habit I am rigidly implementing with Riley because I want her to be so good at taking her stuff off and putting it right into the hamper. I don't like to see laundry on her floor because I don't want to pass that bad habit down to her. So if I'm checking to make sure that my room is clean, her room is clean, one of the hallmarks is making sure that there's no laundry lingering around. All right, so I hope that you now understand why I can't just give you a daily cleaning routine. I can give you the tools to create a daily cleaning routine, but then you have to know what makes the most sense for you and your family and your lifestyle. So once you have that information, I hope that you craft that routine and stick to it because trust me, it can make a huge difference. And that brings me to this week's comment question, which is, if you could give up one cleaning chore, one daily cleaning chore that you would never have to do again for the rest of your life. Like someone came in and they said, I got this, I will do this for you, you never have to do it again. What would that be? Would it be cleaning the bathroom, doing the dishes, doing laundry? What would it be? Let me know in the comments down below. For me, my gosh, it would be dishes. Not that I think dishes are terrible. I just think they take up a lot of time. And whenever I'm doing the dishes, I always feel like I'm spending so much time doing, like if I have enough time to consciously observe how much time I'm spending doing a cleaning chore, I don't want to be doing that cleaning chore. So dishes it is for me. But let me know yours in the comments down below. Now, something else you have to think about doing on a fairly regular basis is cleaning the walls and the baseboards and the ceilings in your house. And that's something that's not always entirely obvious. So you can check out this video right over here where I review all of the best practices, tools, products, and techniques that you can use to get the job done right the first time. If you haven't done so already, make sure that you subscribe to the Clean My Space channel. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.